Mehdi Hassan goes on Jubilee to ostensibly debate far-right conservatives, but finds quickly that he's debating actual full-blown neo-Nazis.
Pause, you've been voted out.
It's nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
I would not. I would not shake this guy's hand, period.
To the country if we have people who are going to do the jobs.
Pause, you've been voted out.
It's nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
You're going to have to go.
Nice
He says you're gonna have to go. Nice talking to you. You're gonna have to go.
talking to you. You're going to have to go, bro, is what he said as I left, to an American citizen. Good to know where you stand on immigration. It's not about immigration, is it? That's what it's not about.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Germany, I hate to keep bringing it back, but Germany was exactly like this, identical in every single way. This is what it was like in Germany. And in fact, the comments even say that. It's never been easier to understand what the rise of Nazi Germany looked like. Here, look at the comment here. Top one, I think. When someone openly identifies fascist, the room barely flinches. We're no longer debating, we're documenting the fall. Oh, absolutely. Never been easier to understand the rise of Nazism in the 30s in Germany. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. How are you?
Not bad. So, what type of immigrants are we talking about?
What do you mean?
Like any immigrants or are
Immigrants, that's what I said. Immigrants
illegal
overall.
immigrants? part of it too?
Undocumented immigrants also contribute
Illegal.
greatly to the U.S. I say undocumented. I don't think people are illegal.
So, let's put it this way. I mean, I'm an immigrant too, from
Right.
Iran.
Okay.
There isn't even
How
a
do you
U.S.
feel about the fact that people here want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you, not debate them.
I mean, you're...
The dude literally just said it. Like, he literally just, as he stood up, said, get the fuck out, or whatever. How can you possibly, like, you have to answer for that. As an immigrant, you have to answer for that, right? If you're fighting on the same side.
We're all on the same side. You're part of one group.
No.
You've been clapping each other.
No, I mean, there are conservatives here, there are far-right people here, there are Republicans
But how do
here.
you feel about that guy wanting me and you to leave?
But, you know, let's
I'm just
stick-
wondering. Wait, this is the topic of immigration.
It's not
how
about
do you feel
my
about the
it's
guy?
not about my feelings towards them.
Okay.
It's about staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
Immigrants
talk
are good for America, yeah.
It's-
You and me, we're good for America. And the
So-
guy over there wants us to leave. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
So I believe that there has to be strict immigration laws.
Okay.
We have to make sure that the people are coming here have the good intent of the United States
Yeah.
in mind.
That's not my claim, but okay.
So
My claim is about immigrants are
so
net
if,
positive.
if you just open our borders to every single person
No one
that wants
calls
to
for
be
open
here,
borders.
you know,
Nobody ever said that. Loving this guy's twirly mustache. He's got to find some train tracks.
person
No one
that wants
calls
to
for
be
open
here,
borders.
you know, that claims that they have economical hardship in their country.
Who's calling for open borders?
No, I'm just saying, you know, if
Or it's a straw man. So you're just saying a straw man.
no, I'm saying
You're
that if
wasting
you,
time with a straw man. No one's calling for open borders. I didn't
but-
call for open
well, you wasted
I said
time.
immigrants who...
you
Sorry?
wasted time trying to cause division between me and my friends
Division.
over
He
here.
wants you to leave the country. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's not causing, and it's not Mehdi Hassan causing division. This guy said it.
You can ignore
Like
it,
I
but that's
said.
your side, my friend.
Like I said,
You
you were
made
the
your bet.
one that tried to derail this argument.
Derail?
By bringing that.
It's
Even
literally
though we're
core to my
trying to-
argument. I'm saying immigrants are good to America. People on
And-
your
and
side
I
are
asked
saying
you, what
we
type
should
of-
leave. Not me.
And
me and
I
you.
asked you what type.
Dude, I could never debate somebody in a foreign language that I don't know from birth like this. Imagine doing some shit like that in such a heated moment and God, that's just crazy. This guy, you got to know the language fucking near flawlessly to be able to do that, right?
of immigrants are we talking about? Are we
Immigrants
talking about
overall.
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 So
I mean,
so
we're not gonna.
So
you, want to
believe,
you want me to get into like particular communities? I'm not playing that
So
game.
you believe that people that come here without
Overall,
any
help the
respect,
society.
without any respect to our laws and our border,
No,
you know, are gonna be good for this country.
No, of course not.
So you can't say that all immigrants overall.
I never said all immigrants.
Well,
I said
you said-
immigrants overall. Immigrants overall doesn't mean all immigrants. Sorry to break that to you.
All right. So we have to make sure that the people are coming here have the good intent of this country in mind. Agreed?
Yes.
All right,
Irrelevant
good.
to my claim,
But
but
when you
agreed.
have undocumented immigration going on,
Yeah.
you can't vet that. You can't make sure about that. Let me real quick, you know, talk about, you know, my background. There is no the American embassy in Iran. So in order to come here, you have to stay in line for 4 years and you have to go through some serious vetting procedures.
Unfortunately, there's no no God, what's the term? No pathway to citizenship for a lot of people. In a lot of situations, you're just fucked. And that's why there are many undocumented immigrants. There's literally no way to get to get out. There's no way to get into the United States above board, basically.
Procedure to get here, but I made it, and that process has to be in place because I mean you don't want terrorists
But I'm-
to
hold on,
fill this country.
Oh my God, the terrorist shit. Give it a fucking rest. There are no terrorists trying to sneak in, create sleeper cells in the United States. Get your head out of sci-fi, honestly. That's not happening. That's never been happening in the United States.
I made it too. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's
The
how
guy
it
over
should
there
be.
wants us to leave.
But
But he wants us to leave.
When people-
So people don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
It's not really about vetting, is it, my
but
friend?
people should not have
You're in
the right.
denial.
People should not have the right to ignore our borders and our laws.
What about those
to
of us who
come here.
don't ignore the borders? Should we get to stay?
Of course.
But he says we shouldn't.
well, I'm not debating him.
You kind of are because you're all
no,
together on this.
No, I'm debating you.
Okay. And I'm pointing out to you
See,
that your argument is in bad faith
I'm-
because these guys are actually speaking the truth and you're in denial about who's on your side. He wants you gone.
Like I never claimed that I'm on their side or they're on my side.
Okay.
No, but you are on their side right now, so. Also, Miracle, happy birthday. Much love to your family, Feline Overlord, Tail Bass. Appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. Much love to the family and much love to yours. All of your little cats. And do you have cats? I don't even remember, come to think of it. If you have cats, am I off base? Anyway, thank you. I can debate like that, but I've actually gotten so angry once I switched to German without noticing. That has not happened since 08, though. That's funny. There's no way in hell I could do it in another language. That would be so difficult. It'd be crazy. There's no way in hell. I can't even imagine. I don't know German that well. I know it a little bit, but certainly not enough to debate in the language. I could get around if I needed to, go to Germany. I could ask people questions. I could chat with them for a few about things, but there's no way in hell I could possibly debate somebody. It wouldn't happen.
Here to debate you.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please
Thank you,
return to
ma'am.
your
Nice
seat.
to meet you. Hey, how you doing? I'm Medhi.
Edwin.
Nice to meet you.
This guy seemed pretty honest. Going into this, think about this guy as somebody who saw all of the fucked up stuff that just happened and feels responsible for trying to kind of set it straight even a little bit. Imagine that this guy is trying to like correct the record and make it clear that he's not part of this larger group.
The question is, immigration is good for America, right?
Overall, if you look at the net positives to things like our society, our culture, our food, our economy, our general diversity, I know the D word is a bad word in places like this. I think immigrants have been a net positive. I think if you look at your everyday lives, we all benefit from immigration.
And what kind of conservatives disagree with that?
The guy,
Besides
the guy,
racist
some of
guy?
the guys who told me to leave this place and go back to, I'm not a citizen.
Do you think all conservatives?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. In fact, Ronald Reagan, who's a president I wasn't a big fan of until Donald Trump came along. Now people like Reagan look good in comparison. Reagan said in 1986, our country is a nation of immigrants. Our immigrant heritage is our strength. He gave an amnesty to 3 million undocumented migrants. He understood the value of immigration. So I'm with Reagan. Although
I'm
this
with
guy
Reagan.
is putting his thumb down there. So
I'm with
Reagan's not
Reagan.
popular in right-wing crowds these days.
Yeah. Well, he's popular with me.
Good to hear.
I'm a deferred action of childhood arrivals.
DACA. He's a DACA recipient, which means he was brought here as a child by his parents, and he has no pathway to citizenship because Trump erased a whole bunch of shit. This guy is undocumented, effectively. He may have gotten his citizenship before all of this mess hit, but he was brought here as a child is the point. That's wild, dude. Why are you a Republican? Honestly.
I was an illegal immigrant myself. I came here when I was 10. I'm what you would call a legal alien now. I didn't have any.
I wouldn't call you a legal alien. I would call you a U.S. citizen. Or at the very least, I would call you a resident. Or bare minimum, I'd call you an American. You're here.
Any say on my parents' choices.
Yes.
Do I think that they were well-meaning by wanting to bring me over for a better future? Absolutely. I believe that.
Yeah.
Did they break the law? Yes. Do I agree with people breaking the law? Not necessarily. Do I think that there's ever a situation where you can break the law for the better or the greater good? Immigration is it's an interesting issue because I do agree with you that
Good to hear.
everyone is an immigrant.
So, yeah, it seems pretty clear to me, right, that this guy feels responsible for what the rest said and did and is trying to set the record straight now and trying to give him a chance to, like, say his piece or whatever. And I appreciate that.
In the sense, like, can you tell me a little bit more about your journey?
I've been here 10 years. I'm a proud American citizen. I'm a dual national. I'm British. I'm American. And I am an immigrant who's contributing to this country. So, yes, I'm very much proud of America's immigrant heritage. I'm part of it. And despite what one of the other people said on this show earlier, yeah, everyone here, unless you're Native American,
All right,
is a descendant of
pause.
immigrants.
Sorry, you've been voted out.
course.
Please return to your seat.
Thank you, man.
Nice to meet you.
He gave him zero ideological pushback. It seems pretty clear to me that he just wanted to give him a chance to kind of say his piece after being so relentlessly, viciously attacked. Like, that shit was fucking wild. Get out, we don't want you here. Wow. That is wild, dude.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it
Wow,
going?
he was the only one to stand, I guess. Interesting. Okay.
Actually a fan. I see you a lot on Piers Morgan.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Yeah. So my argument is that Americans are what is a nation? A nation is a geographical location full of people who have some things in common. So I think some of the things typically in history are going to be like race, religion, ethnicity, language. These are some of the things that we have to have in common in order to actually have a functioning civilization.
Why do you think that? Are you just pulling that right out of your ass? Are you just like making this shit up completely? I've never heard that in my entire life. We need to have a functioning civilization. We need to have a unified culture. We can't be in a melting pot. Like, melting pots are impossible in functioning cultures. What are you smoking?
Especially in self-government. I'm not necessarily a giant fan of self-government. I'm a Catholic nationalist. I'm not a fascist. You have to have at least
If you're a Catholic nationalist, then I would say you probably are a fascist, actually. But okay, pretend you're not, I suppose, if you'd like. I understand you probably don't want to lose your job, so.
some things in common in order to actually have a civilization. And the immigrants, especially illegal immigrants that come into this country now, disrespect us. They hate everything that we believe. They
Who the fuck are you talking about? The disrespect, and who is us? American citizens? What, white people? That's the line you're really drawing it on, right? Is white people? You're saying brown people disrespect you as white people or something?
don't even speak our language. I watched, after Trump got elected, I watched an interview of an illegal alien woman crying and about getting deported, and the entire interview was in Spanish. That is a
Okay, who fucking cares? Why do you give a shit? I don't understand.
spit in the face. It's disrespect. They don't care about us.
How the fuck is it disrespect or a spit in the face for, like, a documentary to be in Spanish?
They abuse our system.
So
and
you've
they
gone
abuse
from a
our...
teleological argument into just a bunch of series of wild, unsubstantiated
Well, I'm
claims.
asking you, what is
well,
the...
I don't accept any of those claims.
Okay,
That they
what's
hate
the point of
everything
a
we
country?
stand for, and I don't accept. Well, I'm not going to deal with the teleology. I'm going to deal with the false claims that you
Okay,
made.
go ahead.
There's no what's your basis for saying that all immigrants or all undocumented immigrants hate everything we stand for? It's funny that you said you're a Catholic nationalist. How did most Catholics get to America? Irish Catholics, Italian Catholics, immigration. Much of the people coming across the southern border are
Conquest.
Catholics. Are Catholics.
Yeah, I know, I don't-
So it's
that's
really
right.
funny that you say you're a Catholic
Is that-
nationalist, but Catholics came to America via immigration.
Yeah, so there's...
So immigration is good for America. You and I can agree. Otherwise, people of your faith wouldn't be here.
No. Well, we were here on this side of the world.
It's not principle. That's the thing. Honest people operate off of principle. These people aren't honest. They want theocratic dictatorship, and they'll go to any lengths to get it.
In this continent from conquest. We came over here and
The big surges of numbers,
Okay.
as you well know, because you're a smart guy,
Yeah.
Italian, Irish immigration waves, Catholic immigration waves.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not
Are
even
you
claiming...
against those?
I'm not even
Were you
claiming-
against those if you were
Well,
alive
I'm
then?
not even claiming that
'Cause
immigration
a lot of people
is
were
bad.
against those.
I'm not claiming immigration is bad in all cases at all times.
What is your claim?
My claim is that immigration, especially now, and especially for foreign people that have nothing in common with us,
It's funny that you
is-
say it's
is a
especially
negative
now.
thing.
I forgot
Yeah.
your name. My apologies.
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, how many
in
peop-
every era there has been a Brian who says, "I'm not against immigration, just immigration now."
Okay.
This is what people said about Italian.
From these people specifically, not now, but from them. these guys don't deserve to be here because they don't match up with our beliefs or our way of life or our system or our anything at all. Whatever. Oh my God, dude, I had literally like 4 seconds left and I won. That's crazy.
It's what people said
That's
about Irish folks,
unfortunate, sorry.
said about Russians, Poles, and now we're saying about
why
people
should I
coming
care
across the
about
southern
that?
border. Because you're not being...
Because it's revealing you to be a fucking moron, obviously. And the fact that you had to say, why should I care about that, reveals you to be an even bigger moron than everybody suspected in the first place. That's why.
You're
Why
being a
are-
little disingenuous saying
Okay.
I'm only against immigrants now. This is a trope.
that disingenuous?
This is because it's a trope that's been used by nativists throughout American history. And every wave of immigrants has come in and faced the same hate and animus and bigotry and lazy tropes. And every wave of immigration is ultimately
Well, I think-
assimilated, integrated,
Here,
benefited the
let me
country. In
make
fact,
a-
assimilation right now, according to Jacob Victor from the University of Washington,
Okay.
assimilation rates based on language and citizenship and naturalization are higher now than 100 years ago.
Okay, let me make a statement first. I think that you in your own
ignored my statement, but okay.
you in your own person are a complete perfect example of why immigration is negative and why we shouldn't allow people
Wow.
who
Why?
don't have anything in
Why?
common with us. You're pro-abortion, you're pro-euthanasia, you're pro-abortion, you're pro-euthanasia, you're
pro-euthanasia. I thought
Yeah, you went. I've seen your stuff. You've defended
Well, he's not pro-euthanasia. Nobody is pro-euthanasia. That's a Nazi position, euthanasia.
euthanasia.
pro-euthanasia.
Yeah, on Pierce Morgan.
No, I've
No.
never discussed euthanasia
Okay,
with
well,
Piers Morgan in my life.
okay? So my point is that you don't agree.
Actually,
with
I'm the guy
founders of
here.
this country.
If anyone watching at home, I'm the only guy here who actually supports American values, democracy, free speech, the Constitution. I've
Yeah.
got folks here telling
Why-
me they don't believe in democracy, but they're nationalists.
Wait, why should we care about that? By the way, Like,
Isn't
why-
that what America stands for? What does America
No,
stand
no,
for?
why-
So
why-
you hate what America stands for, not
No,
me.
I'm not even
And in
saying-
fact, all the studies show that immigrants actually are more
So
patriotic
the only reason,
than
the only,
native-born Americans.
the only reason why, yeah, that's the Mexicans in LA right now burning it down, waving Mexican flags.
LA's being burned
Okay, now-
out.
Please don't send us back to the
Sorry.
country.
This is important. This is an important point. Listen closely to what happens here. He says Mexicans are burning LA down, right?
In LA right now, burning it down, waving Mexican flags.
LA's being burned
please,
down?
Please don't send us back to the
I've-
country that we're waving the flag of.
I've been in LA for a few days. I didn't see anything burned down.
Yeah, I know the
Where?
riots have ended.
The riots have ended. Well, you should see ashes, right? If it's burned down.
That's because Trump sent.
But if it's burned down, where's it all burned down? I haven't seen
They
it. I've
firebombed
traveled around all of
cars.
LA.
They
You said
firebombed
LA was
Wamos.
burned down. LA
Yeah,
is
it's a
500
figure
square
of
miles.
speech.
It's
Yeah,
not a figure
I'm
of
saying-
speech.
Figure of speech, he says, huh? It's a figure of speech. So it wasn't burned down, is what you're telling me. You're saying that there were protests. The people were protesting. Guess what, buddy? That's the American way. That's what America stands for, protest. You are demonizing something that America has stood for a very long time, was built upon, and you are lying about it in the process. It's so fucking stupid.
Judge,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
another
saying that
false
they're
claim of yours.
burning. No, they're burning.
I support
buildings.
euthanasia. LA's burnt to the ground.
Bro, just listen,
Immigrants hate
relax,
what we stand
relax.
for.
Yeah, he's just lying. He says, relax. You're living in a delusional fantasy land where none of the shit that you're saying is true at all. Like in any way, shape, or form. Like none of this is true. All of the shit that he's saying, that he's arguing in this debate is fictitious.
Okay, so
I'm super
so
relaxed.
you're pro-abortion.
you're just saying one false thing after
no,
another.
So you're pro-abortion,
And I'm
right?
standing by my position.
You're-
Immigrants are good
You're
for me.
pro-abortion. You're an immigrant.
I'm
Where's
pro
the-
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah,
Personally,
where-
I'm not pro-abortion. If you knew anything about me, you know that.
Roe v. Wade is.
All right, pause. You've been voted out.
I was going to say.
Yeah, the guy, he didn't shake his hand, interestingly. But I believe that this guy is an actual Nazi. I haven't actually seen it myself, but I have it on good authority that he's a full-blown Nazi.
Very nice to meet you, Brian, but I guess not. You made it.
Great to
Nice
see
to meet
you.
you, man.
My name is Cyrus.
Nice to
By the way, this Cyrus guy, he was one of the people that clapped when that dude was going full Nazi a minute ago, or in the previous part, or whenever it was.
meet you, Cyrus.
I am also son of 2 immigrants, came in legally. I'm also Persian descent.
Fantastic.
Born in LA.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Terangelis.
Yes. Well, I am mainly upset, not at the immigrants, legal or not. I'm mainly upset at Wall Street. I'm mainly upset at the elites, the special interests.
I'm with you.
They are the main reason why we've been having this issue since 1965.
Having what issue, I hear you asking? He said 1965 for a very specific reason, because that's the year that God, I don't remember. Let me find out. 1965 ended merit-based immigration. They claimed the new law prioritized family reunification over skills, reducing the quality of immigrants. It caused mass non-white immigration. They argue that it drastically changed the racial and ethnic makeup of the U.S. by opening the door to immigration from Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And here's what actually happened. The law replaced the 1924 National Origins Act, which heavily favored immigrants from Northern and Western Europe and virtually banned Asians and Africans. It established a new system based on family reunification, employment-based preferences, and no national origin quotas. Yes, the demographics changed over time. Immigration from Latin America and Asia increased significantly. The U.S. population became more diverse, but this was a result of demand, global conditions, and family ties, not an explicit plan to replace anyone. The law was passed with broad bipartisan support. It was part of the larger civil rights era push to remove explicitly racist policies from American law. So the 1965 Immigration Act removed racial preferences from immigration law. They were previously preferring white people was previously a major part of the law. And in 1965, they removed racial quotas. That's basically the bottom line here. And I guess these people seem to think that having racial quotas is preferable. They would rather have predominantly white people as immigrants rather than, people of all different backgrounds. That's fucking disgusting, dude.
Mainly upset, not at the immigrants, legal or not. I'm mainly upset at Wall Street. I'm mainly upset at the elites, the special interests.
I'm with you.
They are the main reason why we've been having this issue since 1965. And I understand
There you go.
most want to do well. There are a few bad apples, we can agree.
Okay.
But we want to go after the elites. They are the main cause of the problem.
Love it.
And just like healthcare, trade, everything.
Did you know, Cyrus, that the top 1% dodge $163 billion in taxes every year, while undocumented people pay $100 billion in tax? So I know where my anger is against.
There are issues with our tax system on the rich, but in a state like California, some taxes are too high.
Just complete nonsense. It doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant. This dude is looking for an excuse to blame immigrants for problems and to blame Democrats and everything else when it's nonsense. It was always nonsense.
Still live here. Now I live in Las Vegas.
Different debate.
Okay.
I'm saying immigration is good for America.
Depends on the
People
tactics.
like you and me overall are good for America is what I'm saying.
Okay, but it depends on how it's done.
Yes.
It depends on how it's done.
And how it's been done to the U.S.
I'm not blaming the housing crisis on immigrants, not on wages, but in a state like California.
What he's complaining about is there aren't more white people. Literally, that is the argument. It's a Nazi argument. This 1965 bit that he brought up, it's a Nazi argument that Aryan people should be favored. Dude, did I just soft lock myself? I did. No, I can travel to another location. Okay, wow, that was crazy. He is arguing a Nazi position is what's happening right now.
California that doesn't build enough homes and they're bringing immigrants in, you have to increase supply of housing.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But this is where our anger is at the political class.
I agree.
The Democrat Party used to have a different stance on immigration 15 years ago. Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not here to defend different Democrats. What I will say is
that's our anger.
What I will say is that everyone here actually does think immigration is good for America. Everyone here uses an iPhone designed by an immigrant.
Yeah, they do. The thing is, these people think that white immigration is good for America. I think all immigration is good for America. And I'm sorry, no, let me rephrase. I don't think that. I look at studies that show me factually it is good for America.
On Gmail, designed by an immigrant, is on a YouTube show.
But
this all came to a YouTube show founded by an immigrant. You wouldn't be here.
But that's
if it
a
wasn't
tiny
for an immigrant.
minority.
So you all love immigrants, whether you like it or not.
Okay, but it is a taboo subject. Should we be concerned about the demographics? So
no.
No, why would we be concerned about the demographic? This is bullshit. This whole bit about how there's demographic shift and it's turning it into like basically a big takeover. It's nonsense. It's just a lie. It's a fictitious lie. This is not happening.
Saxon, European American, 0% of America, it doesn't matter.
Are they 0% of America?
Well, let's say if it becomes 0%.
No, it doesn't. Why the fuck would it matter? No. If people choose to get married and have children with with black people And that's just kind of the way that things go. It's the trend, and it continues that way for like 500 years. And now basically nobody is fully white. They're all like married to black people or intermarried or whatever. Who fucking cares? Why do you care? I don't understand. Why the fuck does it matter to you if people decide to marry black people? That is literally the argument they're giving us right now. Why would I care?
Not worry.
They're not going to. Why are you bringing weird hypotheticals?
But there has to. But I mean, they're still part of our country. There's culture. There's
Great, then retain the culture yourself if that's what you want to do. If you like your culture, keep it. Teach it to your children. Why the fuck do you care what I do? I don't understand. That he would be just as upset if I like married a black woman and had children with her. That would upset him just as much. This is the result of right-wing neo-Nazi brain rot.
I mean, even Britain, like,
I mean,
it
America's gone
concerns
through
me.
many
But it
demographic waves,
concerns me when Britain is changing,
Britain is-
and it's, you know, it's like
Britain's
they're
been
losing their
changing for
culture.
years.
But it's
Who said
losing
they're
their
losing their
culture.
culture?
Are
Who
they?
says that?
Are they going to try to?
I'm
What are
telling
they
you,
going
UK, I'm telling you, no one's losing their culture. in the UK.
London is going to be very little British in one
says
day.
Oh, give it a fucking rest. No, it isn't. This is, you know, the fascinating thing about how to phrase this. Muslims are the Mexicans of the UK. Like, Mexicans are very disliked in the United States right now by a certain subset of the population. In Britain, it's Arabs, it's Muslims, it's whatevers. And the same ridiculous, nonsensical trash comes out of the mouths of these British scumbags. Oh, yeah, we're losing our culture. British culture. Gotta love British culture because the British culture is the best and the strongest and the smartest and the cutest. And Muslims are destroying that. No one's losing their culture. If you don't want to marry a Muslim, then don't fucking marry a Muslim. If you want to pass down your culture, then pass down your culture. These people are fucking broken inside, dude.
What's the plan? That's what we want to know. What's the
You
plan?
just made that up. Have you been
But
to London?
how do we know?
Cyrus, have you been to London?
No.
So then maybe you shouldn't comment on places you don't know anything about.
But what's the plan?
I grew up in London.
What's
London's
the
a very
general
British
plan?
city. I was in London a few weeks ago.
Okay.
It's a very British city.
I hope not. I understand that there are people in this audience that don't like me or you in this
Yeah,
country,
they want
and
us
I
to leave.
respect that. There's some that don't even want me to date a blonde woman. They want to keep to their own, or ginger or whatever.
Yeah, that's bad, right? Can we not all agree that that's bad? That type of racist, vile tribalism is damaging to society? We can all agree on that, right? I would like to think.
I respect that, but there has to be a deal made. There's Idaho, there's Montana. They can go live in a homogeneous society. I don't
I think the word's homogenous, but okay.
believe in force, okay? And I believe
Yeah, absolutely. I don't agree with force either. Nobody should be forced to do anything they don't want to do.
that there has to be a deal made. And I think there's upsides and downsides to
There's a
diversity.
deal made. People have elections. They vote for elections. And right now, there's Donald Trump in the White House. Not someone I support, but people voted for him.
Well, why did he get in mainly? Because we had
That's a big subject.
2016,
Not sure we have time to get into that.
2016,
There's a lot
Bernie
of reasons he got in.
Sanders. Okay.
Part of the reason he got in is that people in this room want people like me and you to leave, and they voted for him to try and make that
I'm
happen.
not surprised. One of the Charlottesville marchers doesn't like me. And I've met those people. And I respect their views.
Why would you respect their views exactly? Their views should not be respected. Charlottesville marchers meaning explicitly Nazis, like people who say the Jews will not replace us, those types of people. Their views don't deserve to be respected. Neither do they. I said this earlier and I'll say it again. I hope people like that get cancer. I'm talking people who want me dead because I'm to the left of hunting immigrants for sport. I'm talking about people who think that we should commit a genocide on the black community. I hope that those people exit society swiftly and safely without too much harm to everybody else. That's what I would like to see. You know what? I don't wish death on anybody. Nobody. I'm not going to wish death on them, but I do wish cancer on them. I hope they get to live through it.
You really shouldn't.
Well,
Don't
they're wants.
Don't respect racists and fascists, is my advice to you.
Well, they have their preferences.
Yeah, and I have my preference to hope that they suffer, to hope that they have a really bad experience in life that brings them around to understand other people's viewpoints. I would love that.
You know, that's just, we can't change that.
Actually, we can, which is why I tried to come in today. But
Yeah, that we can. What are you talking about? We can't change that. Of course we can.
All right. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Thank you.
nice to meet you.
Great
sir.
pleasure. Good. This was the best.
My final claim is that Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing.
That's clear as day. Obviously, yes. And again, I'm going to see, this is what's really fascinating about this. Like, the Republican Party is split into two pieces. It's split into Nazis and Zionists. It's split into one group of people that believe that, you know, Jews are trying to replace us and they're this big, evil, bad group of people that are blah, 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 whatever other thing. And another group that believe that, like, Jesus can't return until the third temple is built in Israel and all the Jews are gathered there. So this is certainly going to be interesting, but I'll tell you how it goes. I remember watching some of this. By and large, people pretty much agree with the premise and then just argue that it's a good thing. I respect them as human beings. I respect the right to an opinion. I do not respect the content of their opinion or what they do with it. Right. 100%. Yes, absolutely agreed.
Hey, how are you?
Sarah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You too. So why do you say this is Donald Trump's plan?
She was in the previous one that I watched as well.
What do you think that?
I mean, he says it's his plan. Have you seen his plan?
When
Have you
did
heard
he
his plan?
say it?
He said it standing next to Benjamin Netanyahu in January, February. He said it
He released a Twitter video about it. He said this a whole bunch. Is she denying that he said it?
on Fox News in an interview on Fox. He said it on Air Force One when he was chatting to reporters.
Word for word, what's an example of what he said?
Word for word, he said, for example, we're going to clean out the Gaza Strip. He said they're going to leave. We're going to take control of it. He said,
they're going to leave is the key part here. He said they're going to get all of the Gazans out and they're going to give it to Israel.
we'll own it. I would own it, he says. I'm not sure under international law how he can own a foreign piece of land. And when he was asked on Fox News, the people, the Palestinians who are being forced to leave, would they be able to come back? He said, no, they wouldn't. That is the literal definition of ethnic cleansing, according to a UN definition of ethnic cleansing.
Why do you think that Trump is saying this? Do you think that he has some personal interest in cleansing Gaza? Or do
I have no fucking clue, but this is ethnic cleansing. It's literally ethnic cleansing.
you think there might be some special...
Dude, did you guys see that chair go flying just now? That was funny.
Do you think that he has some personal interest in cleansing Gaza, or do you think there might be some special interest group or perhaps religious or ethnic group that's, you know, that maybe he received money from them and that's the whole reason?
Okay. Is she saying that she thinks that Trump is, like, being controlled by Israel?
Reason why he wants to cleanse Gaza, or why do you think that is?
I don't do Donald Trump's motivations. I really don't care. My claim is that what he's doing is ethnic cleansing.
Well,
do you agree with that?
I would actually, probably agree, but I'm just...
You agree that it's ethnic cleansing? You agree with doing ethnic
No,
cleansing?
I don't agree with it, but I agree
Okay,
that's
good to hear.
probably his plan. But I'm trying to figure out, like, why do you think that is? Because
Okay. She's not debating him now. She's agreeing. She's on the Nazi side. This is what I'm saying. We're going to find a mix of two different types of people. Those who agree with him and say that it's good, and those who agree with him and say that it's bad. Oh, that's fascinating. The Nazis are going to say it's bad. The Nazis are going to say that it's bad. Not because they care about Gazans or Palestinians, but because they fucking hate Jews.
Donald Trump's a white man. He identifies as Christian. I'm not sure if he really is. But like, what interest does he have in preserving a Jewish ethno-state? Like, why would he have that?
It's a good question. You'd have to ask Donald Trump that
But
question.
you-
I've got
you don't-
multiple views.
you don't
I'm sure
think-
you have many views. I'm not sure I like where you're going with your views, but
He knows. He knows that she is on the Nazi side of the equation. That's so interesting.
I think Donald Trump is definitely someone who's got financial interests in ethnic cleansing. He's got political interests. He loves the evangelical voters he get. A lot of Christian evangelicals like to support Israel because they think Jesus will come back if all the Jews are gathered in one place with no Palestinians. I think he's going to make money, he thinks, from beachfront property with Jared Kushner. He said something similar in the
You
past.
think that's the real reason?
I think there's multiple reasons, yeah.
Yeah, there are a ton of reasons, of course.
I think financial, geopolitical, ideological, evangelical. I really don't care. My claim is that what he's doing is ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is a war crime according to the Fourth Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I agree.
It's against international law under the Rome Statute. So we shouldn't be part of that. The United States should not be supporting Donald Trump's plan for
I
ethnic
agree.
cleansing.
I agree.
Good.
What do you
Glad to be in
think? What do you
agreement.
think should be done instead with the Israel-Gaza situation? I'm not sure.
I think she's going to land on the side of fuck the Jews no matter what. Not the Israelis, but the Jews. Do you know that Judaism or being Jewish is not a race? I've mentioned this before, but I feel it bears repeating. Judaism is not a race. Being Jewish is not a racial thing. It is a religion. Religiously Jewish people have a tendency to intermarry. And as a result of intermarrying, it's kind of formed some genetic markers that they have in common that, that will show up on a DNA test. So you can see that, this people group has a tendency to marry with each other, but they're really no different than anybody else. And there are different groups of Jewish people. There's Ashkenazi, who are predominantly European, Sephardic, who are from Kazakhstan, Russia, and from Spain. And you have Mizrahi, who are predominantly from the Middle East. And they don't have that much in common with each other at the end of the day. So the point is that Judaism is not a race. It is a religion. And these people are using their position as as a demographic of people. They're using their position as such to gain land in this region, even though they don't, even though what they're doing, the way they're doing it is just absolutely evil and wrong and getting people killed in horrific ways.
I would like to see a ceasefire in Gaza.
Two-state
I would like to see.
I don't want a two-state solution. Absolutely not. I will not accept a two-state solution. You know why? Because that's an ethno-state, a religious ethno-state. I will not accept a two-state solution. It is not a solution. It's like saying South Africa just isn't going to come together and they're just not going to work together. So we need a two-state solution where one is white and one is black. No. I don't give a fuck. Arrest the people who are giving us trouble and refusing to cooperate, or move them out into a larger democracy or something, and let everybody else who's willing to work together live there with each other. I won't accept an ethno-state as an answer. It is not an answer.
Really get into debates about what solutions. I would like to see an end to the killing. I would like to see Gazans have freedom. I would like to see the Palestinians in Gaza somehow get their land back. 80% of Gaza right now is under Israeli military control or displacement. I would like to see freedom for the Palestinian people. I'm an American. To go back to the core of this show, I support American values. One person, one vote. Free speech.
It really is a religious and ethnic battle.
It is not a religious battle.
Yes, that is what it's obviously between Jews and Muslims. Both want control of the Holy Land.
No, it's not.
It's interesting. He's arguing that it's not a religious battle. I'm not sure I really agree with Medhi Hassan here. I'm kind of leaning toward it is a religious, even the Christians are there doing it for religious reasons, right? It's not like these people are, I don't know. It's complicated. The whole thing's complicated, but I think it is basically kind of centered around religion, and people want this area of land for religious reasons or whatever.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What else? What other?
Actually, the founders of Israel were secular. They were not religious, actually. And I think some religious Jews, like Bezalel Smotrich, who's the Israeli government minister,
it doesn't really
is a religious.
Hang on. It says there were secular founders of Israel, and the founder of the Zionist movement was atheist. The Israeli Declaration of Independence includes a reference to the spiritual importance of the land of the Jewish people. It's very clearly a religious thing now, at the very least, right?
Some religious Jews, like Bezalel Smotrich, who's the Israeli government minister,
it doesn't really
is a religious fanatic.
My point is,
the core of the conflict is over land. It's colonial. It's historic. It is not about religion.
Colonialism.
I totally disagree. I think I disagree with Medhi Hassan here. I think it is a religious conflict.
Is for a reason.
The people who want to steal the land want everyone to believe it's religious.
My point is, why are we sitting here? Why are we sitting here? It's like a false dichotomy where we have to argue, do Jews get Israel? Do Muslims get Israel? Why are we?
I've never brought up anyone's religion.
How many of us?
I didn't bring up anyone's religion.
How many of us here are Christians?
I didn't bring up anyone's religion.
Trying to pick sides between Jews and Muslims taking over Israel. Don't you think that?
Hold on. First of all, I didn't bring up religion. Second of all, you know that a lot of Palestinians are Christian, right?
Some of them.
You're just reducing it to Muslim versus.
I don't think it's religious on the part of the Palestinians. I think they just fucking want to live there. But I believe it's definitely religious for the Jews, right? that are, I mean, they're using religion as the basis for this war.
Well, it's majority Muslim, yeah. It's very.
But
small
there are many
percentage.
prominent
I agree.
Palestinian
Yeah,
Christians.
but there's not that many.
So
of
it's
them,
not
yeah.
worth
So
reducing everything to religion.
well, it is the reason. Why do you think Iran is backing proxies that want to take over Gaza and back the terrorism in Gaza? It's obviously because they want to Muslim control of the land.
I mean, I think that religion is a component, at the very least, of it, for sure, for Muslims, but it's a big component of it for the Jews there, for sure.
You don't think that's why?
No, I don't think it's about religion.
Is it,
I've been following this conflict for decades. It's not about religion. People who say it's about religion, it's a distraction.
well,
I don't know about that. I would love to hear his thoughts on it, but that doesn't seem right to me, honestly.
it's a big part of it, I think.
I think it's become a big part of it. It's been weaponized by bad faith actors, sure. But I don't think that's the
Well,
core. The core is that one group of people are dominating another group of people.
What group of
It is
people
apartheid.
is it? But what group of people is dominating another group of people?
One ethnic group is dominating
What
another ethnic group.
What ethnic group?
Jewish people.
Yes.
I would have said Israelis if I were him, but it is about religion here, actually. It's about religion. The United States is supporting Israel because it's a religious group. It is a religious war, clear as day.
Dominating?
Arabs.
Yes.
But I didn't say anything about Christian, Muslim, Jew in a religious sense.
Okay,
Jews
well-
defined as religion and ethnicity. You know that, right?
Well, why do you think that Muslims want
It shouldn't be. That whole it's defined as a religion and an ethnicity thing, that didn't come along until Hitler. Actually, Hitler did that.
control of the
I don't-
Holy
you
Land?
keep
Why
saying
do you think
Muslims.
that-
I didn't bring
why do you
up
think-
Muslims.
Well, they're Muslim states. Like, what do you think like Iran wants to do with
I
the
didn't bring up
Holy
Iran.
Land? But that's part of the conversation. What do you mean?
No,
Like,
it's not.
I think I agree with her here, actually, surprisingly. I think that he's kind of I don't know. I just don't agree with his position on this.
conversation is Donald Trump is doing ethnic cleansing and you agree
Yeah,
with
but
me.
it's
So I'm not sure why you're
but
still
it's
here,
part
to
of
be
the-
honest.
It's part of the larger context.
It's a
of
weird
the
debate when you actually
conversation.
agree with me.
What I was trying to say is we kind of have this false dichotomy here where we're trying to take the side of the Gazans, which mostly it's a Muslim majority.
We? Who is we? Is she saying she supports the Gazans? In reality, no matter what, she doesn't. Nobody here supports the Gazans. At best, they oppose Jews.
Or the side of the
sided human
Jews
beings who are suffering.
to try
I
to
sided
try
human
to
beings who are suffering. You should
decide
try it.
who gets control over Israel.
I didn't say anything about control. I
America,
said don't ethnically
America
cleanse.
is a majority Christian country. Shouldn't we
said-
be deciding Christians should have control of?
I
the
agree.
Holy
Donald
Land?
Trump should not, nothing to do with religion. Donald Trump should not be deciding what happens to Gaza. That's my claim. If you agree with me,
So you're-
great. Let's shake
all right.
hands. Give
Wait,
a seat
wait,
to someone
so
who
are you
disagrees
saying?
with
Do
me.
you think that America should just cut ties with Israel altogether?
I wouldn't do that. I would stop giving them money completely. I would build military bases along the 1967 borders, which are the internationally recognized borders of Israel. That's what I would do. I would put troops along the border to protect them from terrorist attacks or whatever other thing. And they're on their own with everything else. Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
What's your definition of cut ties?
Like stop funding them,
Yes,
stop being their
yes,
military arm.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm on
great.
record saying.
Okay.
Okay. That was an easier debate.
Yeah, that was an easier debate because she's a Nazi.
Whoa. Welcome back, Richie. You really.
Wait, what happened?
Whoa. Welcome back, Richie. You really want to be here?
First of all, I really thought that obviously where we started, where it ended up, there's a lot of aggression. I can see in your eyes there's a level of exhaustion from being here.
From dealing with this stupid shit, yeah.
This is where my empathy comes in. Where it doesn't is, when you have a room full of people that do agree with you, we have this opportunity to come together. And you're kind of mocking people when they do. So you mocked Sarah a little bit.
Oh my God. See, this is what I told you. I don't remember seeing this. I think I watched through this, but I was kind of doing shit like I was on an airplane and stuff. So that's fascinating. So here we have a room full of people who agree that Israel is doing bad things, not because they like Israel or whatever. I'm sorry, not because they like Palestine. They don't. It's because they fucking hate Jews. I wonder if we're going to find any pushback, anybody in this group that supports Israel.
When you guys clearly had a common interest and goal to reach. So I can tell you're agitated. I want to bring that all down. please.
I'm guessing you're not going to, but let's see.
No, I'm going to. I do want to point out some contradictions. First and foremost, I don't believe you're pro-American in the value system that you claim to uphold, especially with free speech, if you're not willing to debate people that don't share your
I'll give it a fucking rest, brother. We were talking about Israel. How did you bring that dumbass fascist back into the conversation, honestly?
values. That's very
Do you believe
un-American.
Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing?
I don't believe it's ethnic cleansing,
Why
but
not?
I because it's not his plan.
It is his plan. He said it's my plan.
No,
Benjamin Netanyahu called it his plan.
He is obeying someone else's plan.
Okay.
Oh, give it. Yeah, and you know whose plan he's obeying, right? The Jews. They pull strings like puppet masters across the world. They're doing all this secret conniving shit, making all this shit happen behind the scenes, in secret. Seriously. This is why I will never debate a conservative or whatever on Israel/Gaza, because they're Nazis. Because they just fucking hate Jews, and that's the bottom line. That is what it is all about for these people. They just fucking hate Jews.
Who is he obeying?
He is obeying Israel's
The Jews.
plan
Okay.
for the Greater Israel Project, of which this is one of those things that we can agree on.
Why is he doing
We're
it?
not. Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they.
Because the Jews are puppet masters and they're super powerful and they control the big banks and all the fucking money and oh my god, dude. You know, I'm reading this book right now called Black Sun. I don't remember the full name of it, and I'm not sure that I fully trust the author of it either, FYI. So I don't want people to be going into it, if you do end up reading it, like having trust in the author or anything. You need to research it yourself for sure. But it's about esoteric Nazi cults. And one of these Nazi cults arose in the 1950s/60s. Oh my God, this is going to blow you guys away. Norman Rockwell, I think, was the guy's name. And he started a full-on Nazi cult, like an actual full-blown Nazi cult, and controlled people's, everything. Controlled people's, information and all that other shit. And he even started, wait for it, the America Party. He started the America Party. And then he passed the reins down to William Luther Pierce, I think his name was, the second in command of this movement that existed. William Luther Pierce wrote the Turner Diaries, and that's when things really, really exploded for this group. It was not under Rockwell that it really got big. It was under his successor. Anyway, the America Party, similarly named to Elon Musk's America Party. Maybe not the artist. No, it wasn't the artist. Maybe I'm thinking, wait, what was under of the America Party? Rockwell. George Lincoln Rockwell. I apologize, Norman. I did not mean to offend. I know you're dead, but I meant George Lincoln Rockwell. Anyway, yeah, George Lincoln Rockwell. And he controlled a political party that he called originally the American Nazi Party, the ANP. It went through a few different iterations until it landed on the America Party. One of the iterations that he named it was something like the NSWPP. The NSDAP was the National Socialist Party. Nationalsozialist Deutsche Arbeiterpartei. National Socialist German Workers' Party. That was the Nazi party in Germany. Well, they named this one NSWPP, National Socialist White People's Party, instead of Workers' Party, I guess. Anyway, eventually he landed on the America Party, which I find fascinating. But the point that I was getting to is that he and many of his believers championed this position this belief where they believed that a bunch of Nazis actually escaped World War II and found these caves in Antarctica where they set up shop, where they were operating out of these caves, this whole cave network or whatever, and they were using Nazi technology to do spying, contemporary spying. And they were using basically these designs, all right, I'll just lay it out. UFOs are actually Nazi spying craft. That's the bottom line. They believed that this Nazi group survived in the caves of Antarctica, built UFOs, and was spying on governments, including the U.S. government. And Roswell, New Mexico, that was actually Nazis that crashed a UFO into Roswell, New Mexico, and the U.S. government covered it all up. And they have a whole bunch of other crazy, fascinating beliefs about it. I'm reading the book. I haven't gotten through it yet, but I'll give you guys the rundown when I get through.
They have something on him. Maybe they have something on all
But
Americans.
you think it's a bad thing what he's doing?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no,
Glad to agree with you.
But see, I don't want to shut down
I'm
the
not mocking you, I'm
conversation.
agreeing with you.
Okay, perfect. But I want to take this opportunity because I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity again to say you're not American. First and foremost, but you're not.
Remember when I said the agitation from you is not going to be low?
What a fucking shithead, dude. What is wrong with you? Honestly. Tried to get him to put his guard down, and then says, I just wanted to say, because I don't know if I can get the opportunity, that you're not an American. What is broken in your brain, brother? Really? I don't even want to say brother. I don't want to call him brother, even though it's a colloquialism. What a colossal piece of trash. Honestly.
What I'm saying,
you claim to lower the temperature and then make racist remarks. You know that's a racist remark.
It's not racist.
You tell an American citizen.
But okay, perfect. You just proved your own point. You just said that was a racist position.
Yes.
Earlier, you argued this contention that America has no race. It's a bunch of immigrants that culminate together into what
America has no race.
You inferred it. You absolutely did. Okay. So now you're saying it's racist for me to take an American nationalist approach. You're kind
of an American national approach. Is that a white approach?
I think it's a white nativist approach. Of course,
so only Americans are white people.
Why did your parents immigrate?
So Americans are only white people.
Why did your parents immigrate?
The thing is, he says you're proving your own point because you're acknowledging that America does have a race. No, he's acknowledging that you believe that America has a race. And in your mind, what you are saying is actually racist. The way you view society is racist. I don't have to view society the way that you do to view you as a racist, or to understand that the way that you view society is racist.
From India to the UK.
Because the UK colonized and conquered India.
Okay, why did you immigrate to America?
Because many reasons.
Okay, all opportunity. There's opportunity.
That's not true. You don't know.
The accent, your accent is an affect of white Anglo-Saxon.
But you know there are 50 million Americans in this country.
I understand, but
none of them are Americans in your view.
What I'm trying to get you to do to reach a common ground here.
We're not going to reach a common ground because you said I'm not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not American due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty.
See,
oh, at best, yes, absolutely.
You're using these words. Okay, first of all, I want to say this.
I'm not just throwing them at you. You didn't come sit down and I said it.
Every conservative that has ever been shut down by leftists like you, for every conservative,
you're not a conservative. You've already said
for every right wing, for every Stefan Molyneux, Thomas Sowell, Nick Fuentes, all of those people.
The people he just mentioned are explicitly, openly Nazi, like Hitler-loving, Sieg-heiling Nazis. Nick Fuentes specifically. Molyneux is a white nationalist, a white supremacist. That's wild, dude.
Soul American?
He's Australian. But that's not the point.
Sorry, hang on.
Fuentes, all of those people.
Is Thomas Sowell American?
He's Australian. But that's not the point. I'm saying people that are on our side of the aisle that get shut down by people like you because you're leveraging this position of a...
I believe Thomas Sowell, isn't he a right-wing economist? And he's black, right?
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. You're leveraging the position of a...
The volume is low.
My side of the aisle is trying to deport
I don't think so. I think your volume's low.
you. The only shutting down is being done by you.
They're actually trying to genocide my entire race. So what do you...
Oh my god, dude. He's a white genocide nutcase. They're trying to genocide my entire race. Get help.
Talking about? What are you talking about?
You're a white...
Look at this. Look at who's clapping.
To genocide my entire race. So what are you talking about?
So who we got clapping here? We got, I think, Brian, the dude in the pink who said get the fuck out.
What are you talking about?
You're a white...
And we got some of the women over there. Jesus, dude.
Genocide guy?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know the fact...
I'm amazed that Jubilee find some of you guys. How did they find you?
Well, they found them in their staff, as it turns out. Some of these people are staff members of Jubilee, really.
Do you see
Did
what
they
you're
email
doing?
you? Do you have Gmail?
Why are you trying to oust me? This
Do you
is
shop
such a
at
cheap
Costco?
tactic.
Do you go to Nordstrom?
No,
All
I'm
immigrants.
trying
Have you
to-
ever been on eBay?
No,
immigrants.
but I'm
You love
agreeing-
immigrants.
No, I'm agreeing.
You love immigrants when they're helping you.
I'm
You just
not,
don't like the color of my
it's not
skin.
we're having a different
All right,
conversation.
pause.
Genocide.
We're having a different
Pause.
conversation.
All right, you've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Okay, I really wish we could have got
I mean, you believe in
He literally just tried to convince him that he's not an American citizen, or he's not an American, I guess. What do you think you're going to accomplish here? I really wish we could have gotten to the bottom of it. What do you think you're doing? What are you going to get done here?
white genocide, so it's very hard to.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Hello. So, I'll switch over to the Gaza.
Hey, this is from the very beginning. I don't know which part we're in now. This is the generational, like 5th generation legacy douchebag that went to DBU, as far as I can tell, Douchebag University. Only got in because his dad was a grade A professional douchebag, has a post-grad degree in being a fucking douchebag.
Thing in a second, but
Okay.
first off, I just wanted to touch on that. You said that you support free speech, of course, right? So what I'm confused about is you've refused to debate people that I've disagreed with you because you said that they're racist or they're fascist, right?
No, he refused to debate publicly Nazis. And I totally agree. I think that's a bad idea. I'm willing to talk to them. I'm willing to try to convince them, but I'm not giving them my platform to debate with me and to give them the benefit of accessing the audience that I bring with me when I go places to like have conversations or debate things or whatever. That's the thing.
If we're going to do facts, they said they were racist and fascist. Get your facts right before you start
Okay,
arguing.
so isn't the whole entire point of a debate to debate people that you don't agree with?
I don't debate people who don't see me, A, as equal, no point, or B, support democracy, because that would undermine the whole idea of the debate. If you don't support democracy, as our friend here doesn't, and support General Franco, then what is the point of a debate? The First Amendment doesn't mean you have to debate everyone. Somebody comes up to you in the street and starts talking to you. You don't have an obligation to carry on talking to them. I'm sure.
Right. Fox News doesn't have an obligation to bring me on Fox News. They don't have an obligation to like allow me to come on their TV channel and talk about whatever shit I want to talk about. That's not what the First Amendment means. I have a right to not bring people on if I don't want them on. And they have a right to not have me on. It's not a violation of the First Amendment.
Sure, you go about your business. Somebody comes up to you in the subway and sits next to you and starts ranting in your face. So you're not going to start debating.
So everybody here in the Jubilee-
everyone here has hygiene standards,
Yeah.
as do you. There are people you wouldn't debate, I'm sure, as well.
Okay. So can you please describe why you think Trump is supporting ethnic cleansing of Gaza just because he wants to take over the land there? How does that
And
equate to killing them?
not just take over the land, kick out all the people. That is the definition of ethnic cleansing.
So isn't ethnic cleansing killing people? Because it seems like
No, he misunderstood. It's not. And that's a totally fair thing to misunderstand. Ethnic cleansing is moving a group from one area to another area, cleaning out an area so it does not contain this group of people anymore. That's ethnic cleansing. Genocide is murdering a whole group of people. Different things.
no, you can ethnic cleanse people without killing them. And by the way, they have been killed. More than 50,000 people in Gaza have been killed by the Israelis, by people like Bezalel Smotrich, who said recently, the finance minister of Israel, we are going to Gaza to conquer, cleanse, and remain. We're going to annihilate the place. We're going to disassemble Gaza, he said. We're going to leave it behind as piles of rubble. That's the guy Trump's funding, supporting. That's the guy praising Trump. So
Yeah,
yes, Trump
I mean,
and Smotrich are ethnically cleansing Gaza.
I cannot deny that thousands of people are dying in Gaza, but you need to realize, why are they dying? Is it possibly that they're attacking another country?
No,
just
the
because
people who are
Israel
dying were
is
not
killing-
attacking another
No, they're not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just because Israel is killing more Gazans than Gazans are killing Israel doesn't mean Gaza is righteous and Israel is evil.
I never.
That's not what's happening. You don't seem to understand literally the first fucking thing about any of this.